It's such a beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest today that I wanted to make as many videos as I could. And of course, I want to make videos about living in Vancouver, Washington. But right now, I'm on the other side of the Columbia River. But you know what? It's so gorgeous and there's so much beautiful scenery that I thought this is a great place to make a video all about living in Vancouver, Washington. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 things that you must know before you move to Vancouver, Washington. Are you ready for another exciting, exhilarating video? You know what to do if you've been watching my channel. Sit down, buckle up, get ready, because here we go. Hey everybody, it's your host here, Dave Baker with the Living in Washington and Living in Oregon team. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, make sure that you tap that little subscribe button and of course click that little bell so you'll be notified every time I put out a new video all about living in Vancouver, Washington and all the cool surrounding cities. Now, if you're already thinking about moving out to Vancouver, Washington or Camas, or any of the other cool surrounding cities like Washougal or Battleground, you know what to do. You've got to reach out to me. Our team cannot wait to help you. Seriously, they love this. All you have to do is send me an email, send me a text message, give me a call on the phone, or jump on the calendar in the link in the description. And I've now added a link for my Living in Vancouver, Washington and Portland, Oregon newsletter. And don't worry, if you're focused only on Vancouver, you can choose that option when you sign up for the newsletter, which of course is in the description below. You knew that already. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about 5 things that you should definitely know about living in Vancouver, Washington. But, aren't you wondering where I am right now? I mean, you see a river behind me, and you always hear me talk about the Columbia River, right? Well, okay, today we are on the other side of the Columbia River. And in fact, do you know the name of the river that is right behind me? Okay, time's up. The answer is the Willamette River. And yes, it's pronounced Willamette, not Willamette. So, that's one of the first things I learned when I came to the Pacific Northwest. Why am I down here on the other side of the river, walking through Portland? Well, it was such a beautiful day. I was making videos, but more importantly, I was getting excited thinking about reasons that I love the Northwest, that I love Vancouver, and I said, it's so gorgeous out, let's make a video right now. So, here we are, making a video. I'm really hoping you can see these ducks, by the way. Take a quick peek at how beautiful it is here. Now, for those of you who have never been to Portland, Oregon, which is just a few miles away from Vancouver, it is right across the Columbia River. There are, in fact, 2 rivers, as you know. This is the Willamette River. But let's focus on our topic for today, one of my favorite topics. So, let's get started with the countdown. All right, number 1, Vancouver, Washington is not Seattle. I want to repeat that again. Vancouver is not Seattle. Okay. Why do I have to say this? There are a lot of people who talk to me about living in Washington and they only think about Seattle. It seems like that's the only city they know. And I understand, it's kind of famous. There are some big companies up there. You probably heard of them. You probably use them. But Vancouver is not Seattle. The vibe, the lifestyle, everything is so different. Okay, let me tell you why. First of all, Seattle is a metropolis, okay? It's a huge place. It is home to many, mega corporations, big tech companies like Microsoft and Amazon and other companies you've heard of. It is a very hilly city. It has a lot of hills. When you walk through Seattle, it is not super easy. If you watch my videos about walking in Vancouver or Portland, it looks much easier, and there is a reason for that. And hey, this guy loves to go for a walk. So I can really appreciate how flat Vancouver is and all of the beautiful trails that it has to offer where we can actually go for an easy walk. Additionally, you don't have the same situations in Vancouver that you have in Seattle. So for example, you don't see You don't see so many new mega buildings, which are super tall, high-rise condos everywhere. There's a different level of homeless situation in Vancouver. It's nothing like what's going on in Seattle. That has been a major point of contention for a lot of people, and a lot of people are in fact leaving the big city. Additionally, of course, there's the location, right? Seattle is in the north, about 3 hours from the Canadian border, and Vancouver, of course, is in the southwest. But you already knew that. But these two places are not the same at all. Vancouver is a much smaller town along the Oregon border. Seattle is a mega huge city. It's a metropolis. It has tons of people. The population difference is very significant. The housing price difference is even more significant. The cost of living in Seattle is dramatically more than living in Vancouver, Washington. Okay, I had to just bring this up because a lot of people say, well, is Vancouver just like a suburb of Seattle? No, not at all. Not at all. It's hours away. No, literally. It's like 3 hours away. I think it's about, don't quote me on this, it's about 160 miles away, depending on where you're coming from. So, okay. Now, to be fair, it does have that great benefit that Washington state has of no state income tax. But Seattle might actually have some taxes of its own that don't exist in Vancouver, like county-based taxes, right? Because you're in Clark County when you're in Vancouver, and you are in King County when you are in Seattle. Okay, let's keep walking along the river, keep chatting. All right, are you ready to continue? Let's talk about number 2 on my list. Vancouver has a beautiful natural environment. I love the outdoors now. I did not appreciate the outdoors before I came to the Pacific Northwest. It existed, it was outside, it was outdoors. I knew it was there, people talked about it, but I did not enjoy it. But when you come here, if you are not from the Pacific Northwest, you are going to love this place. Okay, first of all, it's located on the Columbia River. You know that other river up to the north? You know that already. But that waterway goes very far. It goes all the way to the Pacific Ocean, and if you continue east, it's going to, of course, take you towards the Snake River in Idaho and other eastern parts. But you also have countless little lakes and significant lakes. For example, you have, of course, Vancouver Lake, which you can walk around. You have Camas Lake, one of my favorite places to walk around and actually go in the water and enjoy. You can walk around the lake, of course, but they have people in there rafting and kayaking and just enjoying the water. They also have some swings along the water, which no, I did not do. I did not swing, but I was just there asking my wife, do you think I could jump on that swing? And she just gave me a very strange look. So it's just, you have a lot of cool water areas. Additionally, hiking is like everywhere around you. There is so much opportunity for hiking. There are many trails you can walk on that are also paved, like the Renaissance Trail, which takes you on the waterfront. That's going to be on the east side of the bridge for the 5 freeway. So you may have watched my video in a yellow jacket where I'm talking about the cost of living in Vancouver, and that's where you're going to see me walking on the Renaissance Trail. You can also explore many different places if you have a bicycle. So you can go biking on these paved trails. If you are an off-road bicyclist or a mountain biker or a hiker, you're going to have just so many trails. When you pull up your maps and you look at all the places you can go hiking or climbing or bouldering, there's just an unlimited number of options. And if you're willing to drive a little bit further and continue along Highway 14, you'll have even more options. Now, what else makes it beautiful? Well, the water, once again. So when you're in Vancouver, you're easily able to access quite a few different places. And that's why I want to jump into item number 3 on the list. Vancouver has a great location. Why does Vancouver have a great location? Well, let me tell you why. First of all, you're about 100 miles from the Pacific Ocean. So if you were to go west, Highway 84 or the 14, so remember 84 for your reference is on the Oregon side, 14 is on the Washington side of the Columbia River, right? Okay, within 100 miles you can access Long Beach, Washington, and all of the other towns up there on that peninsula style area. There are a lot of cute little towns where you go and do some East Coast style things like get saltwater taffy. but where you just go for vacation, you have some fun, you just get away from the city, so to speak. On the Oregon side, of course, you've got Cannon Beach, which is like one of the most popular spots. Right when I came here, people said, "Oh, have you been to Cannon Beach? Have you been to Cannon Beach?" It's like Laguna Beach. If you've never heard of Laguna Beach, that's a famous place in Orange County, California. I wouldn't quite say they're the same. Cannon Beach is significantly smaller, and the homes don't all cost multi-million dollars. But in any case, you have access to numerous cities along the coast. If you're willing to drive a little further, you can go to Lincoln City, you can go to Seaside, you can go to a city called the Netards, you can go to Manzanita. There's so many options on the Oregon side, and you're conveniently located there. Additionally, if you were to go east, you can access Hood River, which is known, of course, for windsurfing, kite surfing, because of the wind in the canyon. Hood River is a great place to visit. It's fun. They have breweries, they have restaurants, and if you have to work for the day, they even have a co-working space like right along the water. I was very surprised when I went there to see that. And having been there multiple times, I can tell you I've really seen it grow over the last few years. So keep Hood River in mind as another place you can visit. Additionally, location-wise, of course, you are next to Portland, Oregon. And Portland offers a lot of shopping. I call it a mini metropolis because Portland has tons of businesses, numerous restaurants, countless bars, and of course, the Oregon coffee scene. Now hold on. I don't want to get into a debate about whether Portland has a better coffee scene than different cities in Washington. That's a whole other topic. I'm not a coffee connoisseur, so I cannot give you a good comparison. People all seem to have different opinions on this, and when I say coffee, everyone has an opinion. But you are next to Portland. That gives you tax-free shopping, of course, because the state of Oregon does not have sales tax. And I know there are people who probably head down to the Apple store or whatever other store you want to visit, and it can give you some really great deals. Additionally, you do have the services you need in Vancouver. What am I talking about here? Well, because of its location, you have a lot of stores that you might not have in other cities. And we're gonna have to make a whole video about the Vancouver vibe. I love it, the Vancouver vibe. I love this new phrase. I want to talk about item number 4 on the list, and that is that Vancouver, Washington has a cool and hip downtown. It is something. So like I said, it's not Seattle, it's not Portland, it's not a metropolis, it's not New York City, it's Vancouver, Washington. It has its own personality, and the downtown is not massive, but it's good, it's adequate, it's actually more than adequate. I've recently made an attempt to spend an extended period of time in some smaller cities that have no downtown. And let me tell you, for me, that was not a lot of fun. I need to be entertained a little, don't you? And drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on that. Do you need to have restaurants around you? Do you need to have some sort of energy in life? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I'm finding a lot of people do mention to me that they do like to go out. Even if they don't eat out for dinner, they do still enjoy going out. But with Vancouver, the downtown has a lot of restaurants. It is walkable, has a bunch of coffee shops, it has bars, it has little cute stores, local stores, not just big chains. And when you're walking around Columbia Street or you're walking along Main Street, you can go from the downtown to the uptown. I love how they call it uptown. I thought that was so cute. You actually see a sign that says welcome to Uptown, the Uptown Village. And that's a cool little thing they have going on there. But you have enough to walk around, go out to dinner, have fun, have date night, just relax, go play on your cell phone, whatever it is you feel like doing. It does keep you entertained over there. And additionally, of course, you have the Vancouver waterfront, right? The Vancouver waterfront is the newest thing. There's a huge investment made in that place. They have beautiful luxury condos if that's the type of living you're looking for. Let the team know, send us an email, reach out, text us. They have some incredible views in these condos. No, they are like breathtaking. You can see the Columbia River and so much more. But here's the thing, that new area has been, it's not just beautiful, it's been well developed with a bunch of restaurants and again, places you can go out and just walk around and enjoy. There are some wine tasting areas, some wineries, you've got this cool new ice cream shop, you have a new Italian restaurant, which I recently tried. You have a lot of options over there. And the thing is, it's just really nice. It's designed really well so you can sit outside, relax, and enjoy your time there. Additionally, at some point, I do want to mention once again the Washougal waterfront, which is in development. Obviously, that's not in downtown. That's not in Vancouver. It's 2 cities away. But I've been there, and something special is going to happen out there. The development I've seen so far is already incredible. Okay, let's talk about item number 5 on the list. Vancouver has many different neighborhoods to meet the needs of many different people. So here's the thing about Vancouver. You could live next to the downtown in the Huff area. Spelled Hough, but I also hear some disputes on how to pronounce that. But you could live in an area where you can walk around a little, where you can walk to the downtown. You can get an older house with some character. So that's an option you have. Some people tell me they want an older home. They want it to have character. They want it to be something that's been around for 100 years. And you do definitely have that option in Vancouver, Washington. But on the other hand, you have other options too. So you can live in a new development. You can buy a new home that was recently constructed, that was built this year or built just in the last few years. You can buy a home that's never been lived in before. They have options that aren't just resale homes. You can buy homes on flat land so you can enjoy quick walkability. There are homes like in the Lakeshore region and other parts of the city where you can live, that's right, with a lake view. There are homes that have views of Lacamas Lake. Whenever I walk around the lake, I love to look up on the hill and I think, wow, how beautiful is this place? That's something I also enjoy. You've got a lot of different neighborhoods. Of course, you have Salmon Creek, which has become increasingly popular. Obviously, it has the strip malls over there. You've got a little bit more shopping. It's obviously further from the downtown waterfront area, or the downtown and the waterfront area, if you prefer to say that. But you have all kinds of different neighborhoods. You've got Fisher's Creek, you've got Shumway, you've got the Esther Short neighborhood, you've got Arnada, Lakeshore, which I mentioned, Cascade Highlands, Bella Vista. You have just a ton of options. And I think that Vancouver can really offer something for everybody. Now, depending on your budget, you could actually live along the Columbia River or very, very close with some incredible views. These places that I see along the river or the new developments that are just over the river, their views are off the chart. I mean, if you work from home and get to look at that all day, or if you're retired and get to look at that all day, it must be very peaceful and relaxing and incredibly enjoyable. But overall, you have options for everybody. Additionally, if you just want a small condo in the downtown neighborhood, you've got options. And they're not all super old, like someone had asked me before, because obviously Vancouver is a city that's been around for a long time. You have some that were built after the year 2000, I believe 2004, 2007. You have quite a few different options with the condos, and those are walkable, meaning that you can walk to stores, walk to restaurants, and walk around downtown. That's something that I love. I know it's not for everybody. So if you're on the other side of the spectrum, you're looking for a yard, you're looking for a view house, you're looking to be on the water, you want to be in a gated community, you want to be in a more exclusive, affluent area, no problem. There is probably something for everybody in Vancouver, Washington. Okay, so no matter what you're looking for, the team wants to help you, right? So what are you going to do? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to send me an email, send me a text message, give us a call on the phone. Let's talk. We want to help you get the ball rolling because you never know when you're going to want to move, when you're going to have to move. Who knows? So you want to be ready and know the neighborhoods that are going to be right for you. So when the time comes to make that jump, you'll be ready. Okay. Additionally, make sure you drop a comment in the comment section below because I definitely want to hear what you think. What do you want to know about Vancouver? What are you looking for? And remember my other question, are you looking to live in a place where there is some walkability, downtown excitement, things like that? Just let me know. I'd really love to hear your take on this. Additionally, some of you have told me you have some hiking photos. I'd love to see those. Feel free to post them or to email them to me, and I can try to share them on our webpage. I am working on a new visual section about Vancouver because I love it. I just love it. It's a place I've liked for a long time now, and that's why I have this channel. Okay, before you leave, don't forget to tap that little subscribe button and click that little bell. And of course, you can always contact me on gotnorthwest.com. Okay, everybody, can't wait till the next video. I'll see you soon. Take care.